In this presentation, we'll be talking about buying shares in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange with only 20 rands. Yes, with just only 20 rands. The idea is that if you can be able to buy maybe some burger or to buy some pizza or even to buy beef stew and pap, it means that you can be able to invest in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, because all those things that I've mentioned, they are actually above 20 rands, or they cost more than 20 rands. But to invest in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and in order to create wealth, it is something that does not actually need a lot of money. Yes, if you invest a lot of money, you will get more money. But just remember that if you have 20 rands, you can be able to invest in some of the great companies in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and over the long term you can be able to create wealth. In this presentation, I will look at some of the companies that we can invest in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange just with less than 20 rands. And to do this, we'll be using the EasyEquity platform. The selection of EasyEquity platform is based on the fact that it does not require any minimum investment amount. It has a very low brokerage fees, and there are no monthly fees. And our criteria, again, just to remind you, is that we will be looking at companies that are listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, that their share price is less than 20 rands. That's our criteria. And there are a lot of companies that cost less than 20 rands, but I will just focus on a selected few. And this is the EasyEquity platform, and you can see that those different colors that are here, they represent different accounts. I'll be using the demo account, but just only for illustration purpose, just to show you what companies are there that you can invest in. But if you are new to EasyEquity, you can just go to your demo account. There will be some money, and you can go to invest now, and you go to equities, and you'll be able to see some of those companies that we'll be looking at today. So one of the companies that we'll be looking at is Growthpoint Properties Limited. Growthpoint Property Limited, as you can see on the tag here, is within the top 40, meaning that it is among the biggest top 40 companies in South Africa by market cap. So Growthpoint Property Limited is ideal for those people who are interested in investing in property, in the property sector, and they actually don't have a lot of money to invest in. So with just 20 rands, the one that you have now, you can actually buy one share, because you can see that you can buy it for about 13 rands. So the beauty of listed property is that they are diversifying, that they invest in different businesses. It could be, they can have exposure to the industrial space, office, as well as retail, than one property, which mostly will be over concentrated because you are only investing in residential property and over a particular area. But you can see that it has exposure to places like Australia. So that gives you some form of diversification. And if we can look at the trend here, you can see that, at some point it was 25 rands, now it's about 13 rands. So although the share price is down, the people invested in this company are receiving some dividends. So our criteria was that the company should be less than 20 rands, and this company fit the criteria, so you can be able to buy this company. One of the interesting company which most people know about is Old Mutual Limited. Most of us, we know Old Mutual as a company that offer policies, and one or two people that are close to us probably have a policy with Old Mutual. But we know that Old Mutual is a big business. They operate banking, they also do investment, and there are other things that they do as well. And they do not only have exposure in South Africa, they also have businesses outside of South Africa. And the share price, we can see that is about 12 rands, meaning that if you have 20 rands, you can own at least one share of that big business. And over the long term, we know that Old Mutual is more likely to continue growing and to continue generating some profit, which will be shared with you as an investor. And we call that profit sharing, as those will be in the form of dividends. And another property that is within the top 40 is Redefined, and it is about 355. Just for 3.55, you are able to own a share of Redefined, and we can see that at some point was 10 rands, but now it's 355. And we can see that this dip is probably related to the COVID-19, because the property market has generally been under tremendous pressure, but because of the lockdown and the restrictions that has actually affected the property space, but other businesses have also been affected. But our main focus here is that if we have 20 rands, we can be able to buy shares from Redefined properties, and we'll be able to get some dividends over the long term. Another interesting company is Pepco. Pepco, almost people know Pep Store, but also Pep is a big business. I mean, it's a holding company, and it has other different types of businesses that it operates under its arm. And the share price we can see is about 10 rands 59 cents, which is within our budgets, and we can buy that company. And if one is interested in buying something that has to do with hospital management, we can also look at Netcare Limited, and the share price is a little bit high. I mean, with 20 rands, that means we can only get one of Netcare Limited share, and it's invested, or it has exposure, or it operates hospitals in Africa and the UK, meaning that there's some form of geographical diversification there. So with 20 rands, you can get one of that. And another famous one that most of you know about is Lewis Group Limited. Lewis Group Limited, the share price is at about 12 rand 85 cents. And keep in mind that this price will change. You might look at it tomorrow and it's not 12 rand 85 cents. But the point is that whatever price that you are going to look at, maybe over the next few days, it will be less than 20 rands. And that's our main criteria. And we know that Lewis, it has stores in different countries outside of South Africa, in different countries. It has, and it also has other different businesses under it that it operates. So even though the share price has steadily declined or has sharply declined over the past few years, but we know that as long as people are still buying furniture, as long as people are still buying electrical appliances in Lewis, we know that there will be a bit of profit. Another company is Long for Life. And Long for Life, we can see the share price is about 3 rands. And this is the information about Long for Life Limited. And if you have 20 rands, this is a company that you can buy. EOH Holding is one of the companies that I think many people should have some information or should know about it. And its share price is about 5 rands. With 20 rands, it is within our budget, and we can be able to buy that the shares from EOH. Another company is Stadio Holding Limited, and it operates as an investment holding company, and through its subsidiaries invests, assists, and manages and develop higher education institutions. But this is a company that one can buy, considering that there's a space for growth in the higher education institute here in South Africa. We do value a lot of quality education. So in that space, one can own something, and private education is quite expensive. So one can actually buy a lot of shares of this company with 20 rands, because it's just 1 rand 49 cents. I mean, really, you have nothing to lose. You just throw in your 20 rands there and buy as many as you can, as many shares of Stadio. And then over the long term, Who knows? There could be some that the share price could go up, and you, in the meantime, you will also be getting some profits. Another property company for those interested in real estate is Liberty 2 Degrees, and we can see the share price is about 520 cents, and with our 20 rands, it is within our budget. And we can see that this company owns and develops real estate and commercial properties. So there's a bit of diversification there. You know, as long as you also have some commercial properties, and those property or listed property, they pay dividends, which over the long term, if you reinvest it and you just leave it there, give it 20 years or 15 years, your 20 rands will be worth much more. Because in terms of investing, it's about the time. There are no quick bucks. So another company is Sun International Limited, and we can see that the share price is, at that time was about 11 rand 98 cents. We can be able to at least afford one of these. And this company owns, operates casino, hotel, and resort properties in South Africa, other African countries, and Latin America. So when you are owning a share of this company, that gives you some form of geographical diversification, and you are also going to benefit from all these areas in which this company invests in. You are going to benefit. So for 11 rand 98 cents, it's a good buy. Unfortunately, you can only get one, so one may consider it quite expensive for our budget. Sun Gaming Limited is also one of the companies that has been affected by the COVID-19, and it's trading it at the time it's about 3 rand 90 cent. So with 20 rands, you can be able to buy quite a few. And another one is Sun Hotels. With travel ban and everything, you can see that the share prices have been affected, but things will change. Things will change over the long term. And if you buy it now, who knows, you know, over 10 or 5 years time or 7 years, the company will start going back to generating some profits. People will be traveling, people will be staying in hotels, people will be gambling, and you are going to probably get some good dividends there, and the share price is likely to go up. But that remains a speculation. You know, it might go up or it might not go down. But the point is that this company is 1 rand 89 cents, and if I have 20 rands in my pocket, I can be able to buy some shares there. If you're interested in mining or resources, you can buy something like Pan African Resources PLC. With 20 rands, we can be able to buy some shares there because it is about 5 rand 11 cents. Another company is Jubilee Metal Group PLC. This is a mining exploration to metal development company focused on platinum group elements. So this is very cheap, just only for 99 cents. You are able to own a share of this company. That's quite interesting. So really there is no excuse for not investing in this type of companies. Even if you have 5 rands in your pocket, it means you can just deposit into your EasyEquity account, and you just invest it there and you just leave it there. Who knows what will happen in 20 years time or 15 years time. If you're interested in logistic, many of you know this Value Group Limited. So the share price is about 4 rand 80 cents, and you can be able to get about a few shares there, maybe 4 shares. And one of the famous company that also most of you know about is PPC Limited, which operates as a producer of cement. And with 20 rands, we can get quite a lot of share. If you can look at its share price, is about 79 cents. And having spoken about PPC Limited for about 179 cents, we can also now start to think that if you have 20 rands, you can actually buy a basket of shares. Yes, a basket of shares. And you can do this by buying something like an ETF called the SB10 Mid-Cap ETF. So this is an exchange traded product, meaning that if you have 20 Rand, you can be able to buy the shares. You can be able to buy unit of this ETF, not the shares, unit of this ETF. So the ETF basket or one unit will be having different shares for the different companies, and you can buy it for 5.84 Rand. So as I've mentioned, ETF is a basket of shares for different companies. So for example, the SB10 mid-cap ETF, these are its constituents. Those are companies that are within that basket, meaning that when you are buying for 5.84 Rand, your money will be subdivided accordingly to Aspen, Pharmacare, Clicks, MultiChoice, Northam Platinum, Growth Point Property, Mr. Price, the Spa Group, Harmony, Exaro Resources, Quilter, PLC. So in this way, that means you are actually with that 5.84 Rand, your money is going to be invested in various companies, and you will actually not be able to own the full share, but you will just be able to own the unit of ETF, and your money is distributed accordingly. The benefit of investing in ETF, it removes the risk of the over concentration, whereby you can invest in one company. When it goes bust, even if you put 20 Rand, when it goes bust, that means you lose all your money. But if you're investing in an exchange traded fund, that means there's some form of diversification, because you're investing in your money is invested in different companies. If you look at MultiChoice and Platinum Property, Growth Point, and Pharmacare, those are different related companies. There are different companies that are not related, meaning if I have 20 Rands, I can also invest in them. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. In the next presentation, I'll be focusing on buying exchange traded products in the Johannesburg with only 20 Rands. Thank you for listening.